Here at Tots Corner, the staff use the environment and found material as a teaching tool and work to make it flexible and dynamic for their children. The environment is not curriculum specific, but it's carefully laid out so that young people can gravitate naturally to a medium or space that best suits their need to express themselves or to explore their ideas.
We often talk about all the different materials that we use as languages and wanting children to be able to explore them and use them. And we pose questions. I wonder what your idea would look like if you drew it. Then I wonder what that would look like if you made it in the construction area on the mat or with clay or at the recycling area. So we make those conscious, almost like prompts to extend their thinking and to extend their ideas.
Clay is available at all times along with the other media so that children can explore the material independently as well as within the current area of focus.
It lends itself to some quite interesting work, more interesting than Play-Doh, which can be for a different reason. I think for the kind of structure work and three-dimensional building.
Clay has not always been part of the Tots environment, and when they introduced it, the teachers did so carefully.
We took the tools away from the area, the wooden sort of tools, because the focus was on the tools, not on the medium itself, and just got them really to engage with the clay, touching it and using their fingers and their hands.
Oh, you're pinching it. You're using your fingers to pinch the piece of clay.
Yeah, and basic techniques like rolling the clay to form the long strips and balling it up. And then from there, they can sort of build anything really that they need to. Yeah, and using the slip as well.
For us as teachers as well, it was about us learning those fundamentals at the same time as well. We were learning at the same time and sharing skills as well.
When we visited Tots Corner, a number of children were working making bridges, an interest provoked by a staff member's visit to Italy.
And I brought the photos back and shared them with the children, and that was something that they had noticed, the amazing bridges.
Children began with drawings and construction before moving on to the clay.
With the bridges, just naturally the clay was the perfect medium to explore the structure and the balance and stability and how they might sort of go together.
This would be the easiest for me.
The clay provides a form where they can build their thinking in 3 dimensions and test those theories and the ideas, like with the bridges. Drawing it flat, which they did first, that's one thing. But then thinking of building it in clay, then you realise some structural issues and they have to really think about it in a different way.
So maybe if you made something like that with the clay, you could use the tools to make all the marks.
The children became engrossed in the problem solving, sometimes seeking advice from the teachers, but often turning to friends who'd developed expertise. And gradually the interest in bridges extended to other forms of architecture, so that whole towns began to emerge from the clay table. Partway through the work, a group of clay enthusiasts visited a local potter to see how professionals work.
For us, excursions out into the community, they're often quite spontaneous and what's happening at the moment for children. There has been lots of work with clay, so it's kind of taken it to that next level and getting them to see other people who work with it, the possibilities, the different ways in which they work with a medium.
Now we're going to put a bit of water on and try again. See, that's all slippery.
Throwing the clay, having it on the wheel like that, is a completely different method.
Because I think we have this real focus or ideal that these things are all adding layers to their learning.
I think maybe you won't be an architect when you grow up, James.
The potters, like many others in the local community, are happy to share knowledge and experiences with the children and are genuinely interested in the work the children are doing. Small groups like this are easily accommodated, and staff know that the children here will share their new knowledge when they return to the centre. It's important to nurture these community links, and the children often come up with creative ways to do this.
After we came back, we talked about how we could say thank you for being at the studio and it stemmed that we could, James decided we could make kisses and draw kisses, and from that, I said to them, well, how else could we make kisses from things in the recycling centre? And they thought sticks and wire, which are things, that they use as tools, and so they've made something. So it's also growing that sense of being thankful.
What part of the crocodile will be attached to the tops?
You can find out what's
The effects of the visit to the pottery were evident almost immediately. Prior to the visit, Felix had turned his interest in bridges and buildings to an exploration of animal forms. He'd started working on a crocodile sculpture and was grappling with issues of balance and support, which teachers discussed with him.
It's kind of that intervention as a teacher, knowing where to step in and offering a little bit for them to ponder and think about and seeing where they're going to take it next. I suggested, because the legs were quite tall and kept on toppling over, that maybe you could use blocks as support, which he did. But after going to the studio, he came back and he said that he didn't need the blocks. He'd worked out that he could make clay supports.